I was sweating motherfucker. A 3-foot long turd.
Live from Coronaville, aka Josh Green's front yard.
It makes it sound so bad.
The origin of the coronavirus. Josh killed a squirrel and a damn cat.
And then I mixed it up with a damn chipmunk. Dude, I was sitting there thinking about hot dogs.
Uh-huh.
I was just like a bunch of different meats cut up.
Yeah.
And then like the actual wrapping is like intestines, right?
Yeah.
And I like, when I grill my hot dogs, I like it to be like burnt. So like, well, not burnt, but like crisp.
A little crisp, yeah.
Yeah,
A little
so-
char on it, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm eating charred intestine.
Yep.
And it's just like, ugh.
Oh, that's delicious, pretty much.
Exactly.
That's like the strangest concept, but goddamn that little bite that when you got
I
crack
was sitting
into
there
a hot
thinking
dog.
about how many cow nipples and dicks we've ate. Like, they're not like, no, this is pervert.
No, just grind it up and throw it in some intestine,
Exactly.
you know? They'll put some fucking relish on it and have a day. So, we are really outside. We are really, for the listeners here, there's a hawk overhead and we're a little nervous.
It's random. And this is like when I was younger. But I thought about like burying somebody up to their neck in dirt
Mhm.
and then strapping on a rabbit carcass on their head.
And how young were you when you were thinking this?
About 16.
Oh, okay.
And have an eagle see it.
And
Because
just,
they're struggling trying to get out. So it looks like a little helpless animal. And then it just comes down and it just pops its fucking head off. Like, for no reason in particular. Kids shouldn't think.
I was like, you're just a piece of shit. Pretty much.
Exactly. Fucking,
Yeah.
what's the worst way I could kill somebody?
Jesus. Have you ever killed any animals?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Why not? No, I'm just playing. I haven't either. Come on, man. Get with it, dude. I've killed like 100. I remember some friends and I we were at the lake and we saw this random fish just like kind of washed up on the shore and shit. And like, I think this fish had a death wish because like we took it and threw it like deep into the damn lake and he made his way back up and fucking, threw his ass on the shore. So we were just like, well, let's just speed this process up. So we put the fish in between a rock and then grabbed another rock and like threw it. And that motherfucker just exploded and shit. Fucking fish chunks everywhere and shit.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. So that was about it. That was the same weekend I went camping with my parents and my buddy Julian came by or whatever. You remember Julian from way back when. And I think he went to the bathroom to take a shit and like immediately he ran out laughing and like towards me. He was like, dude, come here. And I was like, what the hell? What? He's like, come here. I was like, what? Went to the bathroom? And he was like, yeah. So I follow him to the bathroom and he like it was like unveiling the goddamn like the Ark of the Covenant or some shit. And like he opened the door of one of the stalls and like I'm like, yeah, it's a stall with a bunch of toilet paper on top or whatever. And he's like, watch. And he like flushed it and all of the toilet paper flushed and like what was revealed in the end was like a 3-foot long fucking like at least like 7 inches in diameter turd.
Radiator hose?
Yeah, it was a turd in there that was too big to flush. It was literally like as if you threw a log of wood in there and it was like wedged. And like we were dying.
Imagine that asshole, man.
It was insane. And he took like an empty toilet paper, what are those called? Little cardboard centers or whatever, and like pressed it into the center. And literally this turd had to fold in order to flush down the toilet. And eventually it went. Now, like a month later, my dad was like, yeah, man, when we went camping, you guys were in the tent over there and I was in the RV and I had to take a shit. And I was like, yeah, tell me more. So he was like, and I went into the bathroom of the RV and he was like, I know you're not supposed to shit in there, but it was like 3 a.m. I had to shit. So I shit And I swear to God, I felt like I gave birth, and I didn't know what to do. And the turd would not flush. So I looked down in there, and there's this like 1.5 foot long turd. And he's like, what I did was I took a Kroger bag, and and I grabbed the turd and threw it into the bathroom over there at the in the stall. So this monstrous turd that we found was my dad's. And like honestly, like I don't know. I know it's a probably shitty thing, no pun intended, but I've always wanted to shit a crazy long turd like that, just to maybe competition, father-son bonding or something. I don't know.
I've never had that desire. I can truly say,
because like more along the lines, think of the satisfaction. Like, you know, you go take a regular shit and you feel like, now imagine you just shit like 15 pounds of turd.
But you're already dead before then. So you're like, oh God, I'm gonna die.
You just feel like,
and then you go in there. And, yes, the relief would be great, but the build up, the build up,
the
into
literal
the
build
climax.
up.
Yeah. No,
you never shit no fucking 7-inch diameter turd.
No monsters, man.
It's fucking, it's crowning. Fucking
fucking no. I've had only regular shits.
There's a lot of shit stories in my family. I don't know if you have many.
My aunt was living here one time.
Yeah.
And she had literally explosive diarrhea to where she would just be sitting there and then she's fucking Usain Bolt across the living room to get into the fucking bathroom.
Yeah.
And so she has diarrhea for like a couple days. And then like one day I go in the bathroom after she's done her business and I lift the toilet seat because I'm taking a piss. And the whole under rim is splattered with shit.
Goddamn.
So all I can imagine is like her asshole was like somebody putting a finger on a water hose and just fucking
just spraying. Holy crap.
That was fucking, that's like the only shit story I know from my house.
Jesus Christ.
It was just, yeah.
I know it's funny because a lot of them involve my dad. This one's not a big turd, but one time we were heading to New York and we pulled over in a rest area and I may have told you, but he took a shit and I don't know if he had been holding it for a while, but he was like, yeah, I couldn't make it in time. I sharted all in the inside of my underwear. And we were like, what'd you do with the underwear? I just left it hanging on the coat rack. So I can imagine, you know, you got Pepita coming in there to mop the place and shit, and all of a sudden there's just some fucking shit-stained boxers.
I guess the only other shit story I have was when I was in prison.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the county for 6 months before I got shipped to.
They threw you in prison on a technicality. Like you were not originally in prison.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Or supposed to go to prison.
If they say 12 months, you do it in the county, you get out at 6 months.
Yeah.
They say 365 days, which they did, and I didn't pay attention to.
Yeah.
Then you do it in prison.
What the fuck?
After 6 months.
So it was just a typo, and your ass ended up in prison. That's some bullshit.
So I was in the county. I got accustomed to that food.
Mm.
And then when I got to prison, like, it was probably like 8 days, and I was just constipated.
Oh,
like,
God.
Like the switch in food.
What were you eating in that process?
I mean, I ain't gonna say the food's good, but it's not like it's like fucking trash.
Isn't the food just like school lunch kind of food?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I'm eating that, and like 8 days in, and I still haven't shit.
Shit.
And I'm a regular shitter.
Yeah.
I shit like at least twice a day.
Yeah.
And I had been up until I got there, and like the food changed, and I just couldn't go. And it's like about after that 9th day, I went in the bathroom and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to force it. And I just
gave birth
to like a fucking foot-long Pringles can. And then this is the fucked up part. When I wiped, nothing but blood.
Oh my God.
This shit literally ripped my asshole.
Jesus Christ.
It was fucked. And like, you know, I want to go to like the nurse or like the doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, you've been getting butt fucked. It's like, fuck it.
There's only one reason people's asses are bleeding in this place.
Exactly. So I fucking muscled it out and it was like 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it stopped bleeding, but I literally tore my asshole.
God damn. Didn't you tell some dude about it? I thought you told me
there was a guy that was like, he was selling laxative. He's like, I know y'all motherfuckers can't shit. Give me 3 stamps. I got some cherry flavor.
Oh my God.
So apparently
Jesus
it wasn't
Christ.
just me. Like everybody gets constipated.
Yeah.
The fact that he even made that joke, but like,
God damn.
Yeah, no, that was like the worst shit story.
Well, hang on 1 second. Yo. What up, boy? So we got Alan on the air. He called in via satellite. And yeah, we're gonna hear this. Or do you want to still go by Eli, or do you want to? Is Alan all right?
Nah, I'm fine.
Okay.
My life's over anyway.
Yeah, the coronavirus has ended us all. So it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, there's no secrecies anymore.
Yeah.
There's most of the tech companies probably have like pretty decent profile of me anyways. It's like,
yeah, all your information's out there.
See, that's the other thing. It's like whenever you think about fucking when you're jacking off, everybody's like, oh, put a piece of tape over your camera, put a piece of tape over your camera. But I never do that shit. I'm using the phone or I'm using the tablet. And it's like the government has every single O face. Like when you're busting a nut, like when you back out, they're like, save. It's like, it's fucking.
It's funny because what are they going to do with that? They're just going to be like, if you don't do this for us, we'll show your mom. You coming.
No. That stuff, the O face, I mean, it might seem silly, but it's like, there's like facial recognition software that can probably, like, it's pretty advanced. To the point where, like, you do anything fucking stupid, you'll get reported to the police, and then, like, they'll just run your face, like, through the software.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. They'll find you in an instant.
He's jacking off. He's on xnxx.com.
Jacking off to dog porn.
Hot MILFs.
He's looking at prolapse buttholes get banana inserted.
What the hell is futanari?
I don't even still know what that is.
Yeah.
It's like anime women with dicks and vaginas.
Ah.
Yeah. But no, like, speaking of like the facial recognition shit, it's like, okay, so we've seen this motherfucker's face 1,000,000 times when he gasms. So now we can run that through the ad department and like using the facial recognition. Oh, this is what people look like when they're coming. Let's fucking suggest this tool or fucking whatever, because it's like the same face.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, is it bad? That's up for debate. Like, I don't think it's bad. Like
them looking at her. I guess, I mean, I don't know. Like, how far? Why do they need the O face?
Well,
if they already
not
have our regular smiling.
Not just the O face. Does targeted ads bother you?
Ads in general. The idea of targeted, it sort of bothers me only because I'm like, God damn it, like, stop paying attention on my shit, but at the same time, I don't see like the danger in it necessarily, but ads are annoying as fuck.
Oh, of course. But I mean, like, most people, it's like, oh shit, I thought about coffee one day and now it's showing me an ad. It's like, yeah. So do you want to buy this coffee or no?
Yeah.
It's like,
to me, it's more like, what are the scary things? Like Alan was saying, as far as like just the facial recognition and all that stuff. And it's like, then it ends up like, I never even saw the Minority Report, but I'm familiar sort of like what it's about. But it's like, they're able to like every fucking step you take, and just like if you do any little thing wrong,
they lock you up prematurely for something that you're going to commit in the future.
Yeah, they're like, you're going to kill someone in the future. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Have you seen it, Alan?
No, but I know I think I read the synopsis of it or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. someday.
That's that's one of those movies. But that's essentially it. It's like, yeah, they're like, in 10 years you're gonna kill somebody because we have the technology to know that you are going to. And the thing is, like, sure, that's, you know, science fiction, but like this shit that we are experiencing right now with the facial recognition stuff, I mean, that was absolute science fiction back in the day or whatever, you know. So I don't imagine that it would get like that, you know. I mean, you can conspire all day and assume that that's how it would be, but like, still, I mean, why do they, you know, what is the big deal if it's not for like some sort of control and like, you know, just like instilling the fear and people knowing, oh shit, you know, I better not do this or that, you know, like I gotta watch what I do, you know. And you got people like, well, if you don't want to go to jail or if you don't want the naked pictures of your wife exposed, you know, just don't do the bad thing. Like, I'm like, God, that's not the principle, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I want to be the only one that knows what my wife's asshole looks like.
And that's like one of the things that's always brought up. It's like, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, what does it matter if they're observing everything you do?
Yeah.
And it's like, the point somebody made was, all right, you're cleaning the house and you're just, you know, sweeping and dancing like a motherfucker, like, you know, having a good time.
Yeah.
But if somebody walks in, you're like, what the fuck? Like you're like shocked, you're scared. You're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
Like you were doing something completely innocent,
Mm-hmm.
but you still don't want somebody to see that. Like that's the same thing with like all your shit.
Exactly.
You're being innocent.
Just general privacy.
Exactly.
Because in the end, like, tell those motherfuckers, like, well, why do you have curtains? You know, why do you have blinds on your window? You know, if you're not doing anything wrong. It's funny, but yeah. Sorry, I know, Alan. I just called you randomly. I wasn't sure if you were ready. You were like, I was mid Jack by the when he called me.
He's like, I'm done, Jack. Now.
I got nothing going on. Like,
Yeah.
can't go anywhere. I can't think of anywhere to go. Like I'm so used to being in the house. It's
Yeah.
like, what do I do?
I went to Hooters with my brother the other day. Yeah. I was in his car and he just loves Hooters. So we went to Hooters and I mean,
how does that work?
Yeah, well,
Did you go in?
yeah, we went inside and honestly, I mean, I didn't feel like I didn't feel worried, you know. I mean, like they have everything pretty well done. Like when you first walk in, everybody has to fucking hand sanitize. So they have a station right there, and then they're sitting everybody like separately. And then as people leave, they're sanitizing the tables. Now, granted, you know, there's still tons of ways that you can transmit this thing or whatever, but like for the most part, I mean, they're taking the precautions. Even the server, she had, you know, her tits were showing, but she had a mask and gloves on. So I don't know what her face looked like, but I know what her cleavage looked like. So, but that's the Hooters way.
That was better.
Yeah, yeah. I don't need to see your face. I didn't come here for face.
Like that kind of ruins the whole facial recognition thing. It's just like if people keep wearing masks, just like you're never gonna know what anyone looks like.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, every time I go to fucking Kroger, I'm like, if I would have done this back in the day, they'd fucking kick me out. You know, they'd be like, sir, you're going to have to remove your mask, you know, and like, now you can go to the bank. Fucking, is it a deposit or is he robbing the place?
dude, it's weird.
Oh,
It's so weird. Like, and I don't even have a mask. Like, I just have like a bandana.
Yeah.
I just like wrap it around my face, and I look like I'm like about to like I'm on horseback about to like get on a train or whatever.
Exactly. Ride your horse into town and shit.
Go for a carrot.
this is a topic that me and Josh were talking about earlier, like racial shit. And like, even think about that. Like being a black guy going into the bank with a mask would be very different. Like,
Yeah.
they're sitting there and, oh shit, we about to get robbed.
Yeah.
You know, an old white guy comes in, you know, like, they're just like, they're going to be cool with it.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that profiling that we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if any of I haven't gone inside of a bank. I've only used the ATM. I'm assuming they're open by now, right?
They're not. No.
Oh, they're not. Yeah.
I
mean,
tried the other day. They're just too small. They had like a sign on the door, like, yeah, you just can't like have people inside, like just too small of a space.
Yeah.
Be like spaced out enough.
You should pull out your AR-15 and be like, "You're infringing my right." See if they'll let you in.
Yeah.
But dude, it sucks because it's like
He has too much
I didn't
melody.
realize that, and like I went to the ATM, and their ATM wasn't working. And I was just like, man, fuck this. I'm going home. Like a pointless drive.
Yeah. If you were one of these protesters, you would shoot up the ATM.
Yeah, this is my right.
This ATM is unconstitutional.
Dude, that story's crazy. They actually like shut down like a congressional building in Michigan. Like those protesters.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear about like the 75 of them that got infected?
I haven't heard about that, but
Oh yeah, they fucking. It's not real, man. It's just a hoax. Now I'm fucking dying alone in a goddamn room.
Yeah. It's just like the fact that even people can bitch, it's like, what a fucking privileged ass thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we're all going through this. This has nothing to do with politics. This has nothing to do with the Constitution or rights or any of this shit. This literally is just the byproduct of a country that's not fucking prepared and focuses all of its energy and all of its money on, bullshit, pretty much, rather than actual, like, sustaining human life, you know?
Before you continue.
Yeah.
I need to go to the beach.
Right now?
Yes.
All right, I'll see you.
So,
I'll meet you there.
So.
I thought you were going to say you had to take a piss.
Well, no. Like, I was just talking about how I got to go to the beach. I deserve to go to the beach.
I genuinely thought you wanted to go to the beach.
I thought you were doing a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
How many beaches we got here?
Yeah.
But yeah,
like
like just the fucking that attitude.
Yeah,
like I deserve to go to the beach. Like,
I'm not able to do the regular shit that I'm normally doing.
It's a constitutional right.
Yeah, and it's just like I was thinking about it. Go for it.
I need a bread bowl from Panera
now.
Broccoli.
I can't wait.
Why are they making me go through the drive-through? Fucking.
I want to go inside, fucking communist. Like I want to go inside of Wendy's and get my goddamn Dave's juicy single. Like I can't. This is unconstitutional. I got to do it from the drive-through. Who they think they are? Thanks, Obama. It's just silly. And I don't know, because I mean, if you think about it, one thing for sure is like I feel like I've been so broke most of my life that it's not like I'd be doing anything anyway. Like I'm kind of like, this is like me living my regular life. It's like, oh, you're not going outside? Yeah, I haven't gone outside in the last 6 months because I can't afford it. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm not spending money and shit. These are all these fucking people who are just, like I said, it's privilege, really. Oh, I gotta wipe my ass, with water or whatever. I mean, you go to fucking Vietnam and shit, they're using like a little bowl full of water that they splash water on their asshole. You're bitching because, the single ply, what the fuck? It's like, I don't know. It's silly. It's real silly, but,
And the worst part is it's not even close to being over.
No, not at all.
And from what everybody says, the more opening up is just going to increase it, double it, triple it. And that's why I figured out how to end the coronavirus.
How's that?
Stop testing.
Just stop testing?
No test, no positive.
You sound like our president.
Exactly. I was fucking using him as a muse.
Yeah.
Fucking.
It's a perfect plan.
Yeah.
We gotta do it, folks.
Well, because that was what drove the thought. He's like, the reason we got so many cases is because we test so much. It's like, no, motherfucker. That's like, yeah. So in the opposite, so we don't test, we don't have any COVID.
God damn.
So that's all we got to do. I'm telling you.
Aren't there cases in the White House?
As bad as he is, he's so funny to me.
He's funny.
He's hilarious.
He's definitely funny, yeah. Even if you hate him, that motherfucker. It's like we're laughing at him, not with him. That's the funniest part.
Yeah, I don't even know if I hate him though, dude. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I hate him. I'm just like, well, this guy's fucking annoying. Like, I can't wait for him to like not be president.
When I kind of see everyone else in our government, as well as like the way that our population acts during an emergency, such as a pandemic and all this stuff, I'm like, oh, this all makes sense. We're all fucking stupid as shit. Like that's how I see it. It's like You know, I mean, this could have been an easy fucking thing, but no, like, you know, not with a bunch of idiots, you know, running around. I mean, like, that's why we're stuck like this. I mean, how is it that the most powerful, you know, amazing, beautiful country in the entire world, you know, we're like leading, we're like triple or more. I haven't even caught up with the numbers lately, but, you know, in confirmed cases and deaths and stuff like that, you know, all the shithole countries, according to, you know, Trump, I mean, I haven't seen as high of numbers at all, nearly, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Fuck it. I mean, maybe this is just one of them things, you know, wipe out just stupid people. And it sounds horrible, but it is what it is.
But I mean, it's so fucking simple to contract. Like I told you, like my mom got sick.
Yeah.
And it just wound up being like a lung problem, which is still shitty. But that shit's scary, man.
Yeah,
like sitting there, like even worse, how it happened. My mom said that she had a doctor's appointment on like the phone. She had to do a FaceTime. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And because she was, you know, coughing and this, that, and the third. So I take a nap. The phone call happens. And then I wake up and go take a leak. And on top of the toilet seat says, going to Gainesville to get the coronavirus test. Or COVID-19 test.
Did you shit a little bit?
No.
But a little Hershey kiss comes out.
But just seeing that, it's like, holy shit, this shit's fucking real. It's at home now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we already thought maybe it was a possibility.
Yeah.
But seeing that and that they thought enough to get her to come out there and to get tested.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. So
think about this is like my girlfriend actually, she got like a pretty bad, I don't know if it was a cold or if it was like just like the regular flu or some shit, about like 3 weeks in to all this stuff. And she called like the telemedicine people, and the lady was like, yeah, it's probably coronas. And I was like, or she said, probably just corona. I was like, just corona? I was like, no, motherfuckers are out there dying in the millions. Just corona. And it's like, who says just and corona in the same sentence, you know?
Oh, it's so nonchalant.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't even send her for testing or anything. I was over there paranoid. I let her stay in my room, and I slept in the living room all week. She was sick for about 4 days, and
I was sick last week.
Were you?
I got a test this past Wednesday, the corona test.
Yeah.
How
long has it come back?
Over the week, like. No, of course not, dude. Yeah. They told me, like, they handed me a sheet of paper, and they were like, yeah, it'll be like 7 to 10 days. I was just like, cool.
I'll be dead. Cool. Just let my let the coroner know.
Yeah. Really great country we got here. This is great. Like I was sick as a dog, dude. Like I had like the worst headache of my life, and like just migraine and like.
Fuck, man. Like, what if you got it and then just you know, like has your roommate gotten sick?
No. Should I say his name?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, he'll be fine with it. Brian, has Brian gotten sick?
I don't think so. But like the weird thing is like what, like February, like January, February, like his German friend was here.
Yeah.
And like the two of them got sick around that time. And I didn't get sick at all.
Okay, this is something I was noticing. Josh got sick around February as well.
I got fucked up.
Right? Like sicker than he's ever been.
Yes. I've only been that sick one time in my life.
But here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
When you told me that, Josh, I was like, but I thought the coronavirus wasn't in the United States yet, or was it just no confirmed cases?
It was, though.
It was?
It just wasn't, like, they didn't tell us.
Yeah.
That it's spreading. You know, fucking China.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing for me was how I coughed so hard that my back ribs hurt. Like, not just my chest. Like, my chest compressed so hard that the back of the ribs were fucking contracting.
Yeah.
And so whenever it fucking, it was just the most miserable thing ever.
Yeah.
And I would fucking, I remember it's like I had to prepare for coughing. I would have to put my arms together, cross them, like just basically like holding myself like I'm giving myself a fucking Heimlich.
Yeah.
And like it was fucking terrible, dude.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that sounds about right, though. How long did it last?
Yeah.
About 8 days.
Yeah.
Because it's weird because, like, the progression, I went from, all right, day 1, day 2, okay, I got a cough. Mm-hmm. Day 3, I'm fucking sick. I got the cold. Day 4, I'm hacking up fucking green shit. And this was just a thing for me. I told my mom, I said, I'm sick. It's about to get bad.
Yeah.
And the next day, I came into the living room and I said, Mom, I need some kind of juice. Like, that's how.
It's like,
I just knew it. I was like, this shit's bad.
It's like you're dying and shit. You walk in the living room, Mom, you got any Welch's?
You got any Werther's Original? But yeah, no, like that over that night, that 4th day, over that night, that's how I sounded the next day. I said, I need some juice.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk. And following that, I was bedridden.
Yeah.
Just fucking coughing, can't move, can't eat, fucking phlegm from God knows where.
Alan, how long were you sick?
Maybe like 5 days.
Shit.
But it's weird because my symptoms were different. Like, I didn't have like any like chest pain or coughing.
What were your symptoms?
It was more like flu, like almost fever. Like, I was sneezing, like watery eyes. Like, people were saying, I was like, well, that sounds more like
allergies or something.
Yeah, like allergies. But I was just like, no, this is like much worse because dude, like my brain, like my head, like it just felt cloudy. Like, it was insane. Like migraine, I had like vertigo, like I couldn't stand.
Jesus.
Like,
but as far as like breathing though, I mean, you were fine as far as your lungs are concerned, right?
My lungs were fine, just like my nose, just like it like fluid, just like constant.
So then, it was just like a regular flu. Then I guess that makes sense.
But that's the other thing. Like they say that it affects people differently.
Yeah.
Like,
but most of the symptoms I've heard have been primarily in the lungs, though. Difficulty breathing and stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some people just get a badass cough.
Yeah.
And then they wind up going and taking, like, a retro test.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you had corona.
Shit.
Be careful.
Well, I've yet to get sick. I did shit a lot for 3 days. But, that's normal.
That's because you heard a fucking fire siren.
That's because I ate goddamn chorizo torta from this restaurant down the street. Have you guys ever had whole burn? Do you know what whole burn is? I mean,
yes.
You could figure it out if you don't. Have you guys had whole burn? Tell me a story about whole burn. Alan, I know you've had that whole burn. I know it.
Definitely, but... Sorry, I'm imagining like a really Mexican dude like going to like the doctor's office or doing like a telehealth, whatever the fuck. And he's like, I don't know, I have the diarrhea and I've been pooping a lot.
My asshole feels like chorizo. I only get whole burn after I eat this once again that chorizo sandwich, man. That shit's delicious as fuck going in, but goddamn, coming out it's like I'm going through like some sort of period, like of not a female period, but just like a period in time, something like what we're going through right now, a pandemic and shit. It's like I like 10 minutes on the toilet feels like I've been in there for a decade and shit, and I know that like the worst is like it sounds horrible, but it's like how you can dry heave when you're throwing up a lot. And then you dry heave. Like, my asshole is dry heaving.
The fuck?
You never had that? Where it's like you're pressing and it's just nothing's coming out. But it's like, your asshole has a mind of its own. Your asshole is like convulsing.
I definitely had that.
Yeah. Like, and then like, it's stinging. And then like, when you stand up, you get a whole nother fucking wave of pain, pretty much. It's like, because your asshole finally like relaxes, but it's like just that movement, that little movement. That shit's crazy, dude.
I've had the burn. I haven't had that.
The dry heave? The anal dry heave?
Heaving butthole.
My ass is dry heaving.
Why is that not a porn title? Dry Heaving Buttholes 8. Starring Josh Gomez and a chorizo sandwich.
Hey, Alan, can you pull up Georgia's numbers, like COVID specifically? Like infection and deaths?
Let me tap into my sources here.
So I'm pretty...
Alan's going through a file cabinet or some shit.
Right.
He's got an abacus.
Fucking riding along that ladder in a big-ass fucking library of fucking...
I'm on another call here as well. With my colleague from Johns Hopkins right now.
He's really just shuffling through like the Pornhub tabs and shit, trying to get to that CDC one.
He's sitting there, he's like, fuck, I was almost done.
In Georgia, there's 36,000 like confirmed cases and like 1,500 like deaths or so.
Okay. And do you see the whole U.S.? I know that which states are leading? Obviously,
New York and Texas, I think. I don't know.
California.
Check that.
Yeah. I know for sure New York. Yeah, but it's interesting because that small town, Alan, where my sister used to live, where we went, Albany, that was like the highest percentage per capita in Georgia, to the point that like on the list of all of the cities in the entire United States, it was like third or fourth place at one point. I don't know where it's at now. As far as, you know, yeah. So I don't know. It is interesting, but I mean, Gainesville is becoming a second hub.
New York is number one.
Yeah. What are they showing?
New Jersey 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right below.
Georgia's like 11th.
11th.
As far
Okay.
as like confirmed cases. It's crazy though. It's like, I think the thing is too is just like, you don't know until people like report it, right? Like,
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like
what
it's
I
just
said.
confirmed. It's like this is as far as we know. It's like we haven't, because I think like the U.S. and I think like South Korea had like their first case on the same day. But South Korea, dude, they were on it. Like they did quarantining and like they gave everyone a test.
Yeah.
They did like screening, like everything for free too.
Yeah. They eradicated it pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, like their numbers are pretty impressive because it's just crazy because it's like they got it under control pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting because like it is a failure. Like it is bad that, and I know we were laughing earlier like Trump in the office or whatever, but a lot of it is because of him. Like
Yeah, for sure.
the reason.
Listen, like whether you're left or right wing, it doesn't matter at this point. It really doesn't. You know, it's straight
They're
up.
the same as far as
Dude, yeah, well, that's for sure. But, you know, in this moment, this is equivalent to, you know, you go to McDonald's, right? And you ask for a fucking double cheeseburger and the person shits on it. You know? Like, do you care if they're a Democrat or a fucking Republican? Like, you know, this is the same kind of situation we're going in right now. You know? I don't give a shit. Like, look, at this point right now, I've never been so far on Trump's side in the sense of I hope he succeeds, you know, because the thing is that in this case, it's not just a one political side or the other side of the spectrum. It's legit. This is affecting fucking everybody. And we need him. Yeah. We need him to be a leader. We need him to be smart. We need him to be the fucking president. But when you have the president literally dismissing everything, well, for one, from the start, not paying attention to any sort of any information coming from the world regarding the fact that this thing's spreading. Okay, this thing could have been like prevented forever ago. We had so much time, you know, in our country, and you know, from that part, that's the absolute beginning. And he just ignored it. Yeah. Then he was telling everybody, hey, this is going to be done by March. No problem. You know, this is not something to be worried about. You know, the United States and this, that, and the other, you know, we're the greatest country. We got the smartest people. We got the biggest dicks. You know, my butthole is, it smells nice because I'm an American. But in the end,
beautiful.
Yeah,
my the most beautiful pussy you've ever seen.
Yeah, Melania's pussy is all right. but I have seen other pussies that are American, and they are far superior, you know. And it's just like, you know, it just amazes me though, because it's like, you know, that was the first thing, and then he started taking it seriously a little bit for a second. There was like a little hill, you know, and that curve definitely flattened quick, because at the beginning he was like, you know, he was starting to take it serious, and I was like, all right, finally, you know, Trump's, you know, he's seeing that this is serious. He's gonna fucking do some shit. Give it to him, you know. At first, yeah, okay. He was trusting, you know, the CDC, listening to him and Fauci and all them and all that shit. He was giving daily reports, and even though they were all kind of like 90% him fucking
telling me to shoot up with bleach.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that eventually
is just like Trump's relationship with like the media or whatever. It's just like they don't hammer him for anything. Like, they just let him say whatever.
Well, the ones that he's let in, you know, he's literally kicked out everyone fucking else out.
Alan, you see that? You see where he fucking walked off on that lady?
That shit was hilarious. Yeah.
So, like, the media doesn't even fucking
talk to
matter.
China. China's got a different answer for you.
Like, it's either they try to, like, either they don't say anything, or he's, like, shun them out, or, like, just move them out, or... Yeah, like, he just walks away. It's just like, that's a problem.
It's such a childish fucking thing, dude. God damn it, dude. Yeah. You're the fucking president of the most powerful country in the entire, you know, in the entire world. And you're over here like,
whatever.
You didn't say something that I liked. You didn't say something I liked, so I'm going to leave the room.
Josh, that's a nasty comment.
I'm a nasty man, boy.
That's very nasty. Who do you work for? CNN?
Yeah.
Fox? But going back on the media thing, like, the thing that drives me nuts, he says, like, we had the highest ratings or the highest viewership. Like, he is literally thinking that presidency is like a fucking celebrity.
Yeah.
Like, so we had more than The Bachelor. It's like, yes, because you're addressing the nation on a fucking pandemic.
Yes, exactly.
Everybody is watching to see what the fuck's going to happen.
I was watching every single day, dude, for real. And then eventually I just got tired. I was like, this is the same episode I saw yesterday.
Exactly.
You know? You ever see how Trump stands? That guy stands at an angle. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It stands like he's trying to hold in his shit. Like, that's isn't it weird? You ever try to hold your shit in? You'll stand at an angle, too.
It's kind of why I like him. Like, he's like a Looney Tunes character.
Trump's like Foghorn Leghorn meets the gunslinger guy. Meets fucking the dude from of Mice and Men, you know, not George, but
Trump
the other guy.
Totally stands.
Lenny.
Yeah, Trump is totally stands Yosemite Sam.
Trump is Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, and Lenny from the Mice and Men. That's it. He's all three of those. Where did he go, George?
Let me ask you this then, Josh. Who are you going to vote for then?
You know what I'm going to do? I already did my absentee ballot. I said ballot. And I know we're not going to have any listeners, but I don't care. If there's one person that's listening, then fill your absentee ballot out. And then when it comes in, vote for Bernie Sanders. You know, write it in. Yeah. I don't give a fuck. Because this is it. Last time, Hillary did not earn my vote. Who did I vote for? Hillary Clinton. Why? Because it was the lesser of two evils, and fuck it, I didn't want Trump in office. This time, you know what? I don't fucking care, you know? Frankly, I'm going to write Bernie Sanders in there, and I hope that other people know to do that, you know? Because I genuinely felt like this time, Bernie Sanders had a chance. And what happened? Fucking Joe Biden's dumbass fucking came along. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. I don't care if Trump wins. I mean, Trump is going to win. That's just what's going to happen. I've already accepted that. And so at least I'm going to show or try to show that, you know, it should have been Bernie up there. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, what do you feel about it?
That's literally what I'm doing. Like, that's my thought process. I was like, you know, last election I voted for Hillary mainly because I was just like, oh, here we go again. This exercise of like lesser of two evils. It's just like, fine, I'll fucking do it. And, like, going into this election, I was just like, there's no way Trump loses.
Yeah, but he's absolutely not going to lose. Against Joe Biden, like, dude, he's going to fucking win by a landslide.
That's what I was getting to. Like, at first I was just like, man, when Bernie won like Nevada, I was just like, woo, it's on, baby. Like, he's the only one who could have like kind of stood up to Trump.
Dude, absolutely.
He would just ignore him, and then Bernie sticks to it. Like, it might be like to his detriment sometimes, but I think against Trump it would have been good because he would just keep spitting the same shit. Like, the 1% should not own yada yada. Like his whole like spiel. Like he just says that over and over again, over and over. Everybody needs health care.
Let me take a pause real quick. We have a sponsorship real quick. Hang on. This episode's been brought to you by Bud Ice. Bud Ice for the people who want to get fucked up on just a little bit of beer. All right, back to our show. Hopefully we got a sponsorship by Bud Ice. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, man.
Wait, what? Somebody actually drinks our beer?
I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. My bad.
I was about to say, let me get a recap. What were y'all talking about?
We were talking about the fact that, because he asked me who am I voting for, and I'm good. He asked me who I'm going to vote for, and I said, you know what? Joe Biden didn't fucking earn my vote. I'm going to ride in Bernie. I don't give a fuck, you know? And I said, everyone, you know, who's out there needs to fucking get their absentee ballot filled out and vote for the person that they wanted to fucking win. Write it in if you have to. I don't give a fuck. Somebody needs to see, you know, somebody's going to see this pattern. They're going to see that a lot of people wrote in Bernie Sanders' name or Warren's name or, you know, whoever it was they were trying to vote for. And that, you know, it's been out for a long time. And we know that this two-party system bullshit doesn't work, for one. And two, you know, it's sad that the majority vote doesn't get a voice. You know what I'm saying? Because it happened last time, you know, fuck Hillary Clinton, but she had more, she won the popular vote. That's it. That's just all there is, you know, and then fucking Trump won the electoral college vote, you know. But the thing is that, you know, that's another thing. I mean, we can go on a fucking rabbit hole through this, you know, and either way, that's what we're talking about as far as just kind of, when I vote, I'm going to fucking vote for Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden did not win my vote at all.
But
I don't care if Trump wins. He's going to win. We already know he's going to win.
It sounds like you're trying to, like, as if everybody writing in Bernie would inspire change. I can't vote because I'm a felon.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would vote. I would vote.
I'd get on the boat.
I would vote Joe just to get fucking Trump out.
Okay, listen, and what you're saying is exactly what we did last time. Because the thing is, last time,
I don't think we did.
Yes, we did. Because the thing is, people voted. Listen,
Hillary would have won.
No,
because we voted. They voted because they wanted a woman.
Well, that's fine and all. But the thing is, if Bernie was allowed, if Bernie would have made it to the final fucking, you know, the candidacy or whatever, I swear to God, I feel like Bernie would have had a much higher chance. He would, I mean, very highly possible he would have won. You know, you had people that were, you know, diehard fucking right wing people that were, you know, even now in this election cycle or time or whatever, people were agreeing with Bernie that have never agreed with him because they've seen the reality of our system and everything.
Imagine free healthcare.
The thing is, yeah, absolutely. Like, look, his concept is the only one that actually made fucking sense. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're right wing or whatever. Like, his concept was just common sense. It wasn't a hard thing to fucking follow, and that's why he had so many people who were very active right wing, you know, that were supporting him. And then, you know, he dropped out. A lot of people say because, you know, because of the coronavirus and he's trying to keep people safe and whatever, you know, your ass is going to get stung by that.
Dude, I'm allergic.
Josh is swatting a goddamn hornet.
Kill me.
But either way, you know, I think that we all know that Trump's going to win.
Tell me if you see it.
I'll let you know. Trump's going to win the next election. It's just, I mean, look who he has against. The dude's fucking senile, you know. Trump is going to win. But, you know, I think that we need to show the Democratic Party, you know, now, hey, motherfuckers, like, we're tired of your shit, you know, because I don't think enough people have been doing that. A lot of people have been doing the same thing they've been doing for centuries, you know, and fucking, choosing a side. It's not about choosing a fucking side. You don't have to support Joe Biden simply because he's a Democrat and simply because you've been a Democrat your whole life and your family's a Democrat. Same with Republicans. Literally choose the candidate that best represents what's going to help our fucking system, and that's it.
Exactly. I 100% agree. But I want to get off politics.
Sure.
But we can also...
He's back. He's on your right side. And he's gone. He heard me. I'm talking about this hornet, by the way.
Yeah.
You're good. Go ahead. Sorry.
Buzzing around.
Sorry, one more.
Go ahead.
One more thing before we change the subject. I just want to say, I think Bernie would have stood a good chance. I'm not saying that, once he was in office, he was just going to be like, you get health care, and you get health care. It's still an uphill battle.
He had a fight.
It's all just, politics shit. Just, you got to deal with the House of Representatives. You got to deal with the Senate. It's just, that shit, too, would have been hard, because...
Absolutely.
But anyways, not. I don't want to get into
it's a whole fucking other thing to tackle. Let's keep it lighthearted.
So,
what were you gonna say, Josh?
Well, I was gonna trail it off from politics with politics. What is it about tribalism in humans, not black, white, tribalism in general?
Okay.
I'm Republican. I don't care if fucking Trump raped 1 million people. I'm gonna vote Trump.
Yeah.
I'm Democrat. I don't care if Joe Biden is a fucking molester as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote Democrat.
Yeah.
What is it about that? Because as you were saying, this got, in this example, Gomez is Democrat and he's hearing a Republican opinion. And he's like, oh, I really like a lot of the shit he's saying. I'm going to vote for him. I'm not a Republican, but I'm going to vote for him because it makes common fucking sense. It makes it's logical to me. So, what is tribalism in politics? I understand in humanity,
Are you in your underwear right now?
No, these are swimming trunks.
Oh, okay.
Pervert.
They look like underwear. So. Basically, I mean, it's would it be considered tribalism, Alan? I mean, I'm trying to think, obviously there's the herd mentality. Imagine Josh is out here talking all philosophically and he's just naked.
That serious conversation and just Josh Green in his underwear. One of his nuts is hanging out.
How many fucking times have you woke up to me butt ass naked in your living room?
Oh, yeah, it's happened a couple times.
Sometimes it's just too hot.
So the whole flock mentality or whatever of this is a thing. And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of this conversation about coronavirus and politics and stuff like that, I made it a point to state that I'll straight up say I don't like Trump, but no shit, I'm hoping for this motherfucker to succeed. In this situation we're in right now, we need him. We absolutely need him to do the right thing. We need him to do his job correctly. We need to, and because it affects literally everyone, but the thing is that if you're going to sit here and try to tell me, oh my God, my president, he's doing an amazing job and whatever, that fucking hornet, that's he keeps coming out. Don't waste your beer. Don't waste your beer. All right.
You want a hospital visit? I gotta get rid of this fucker.
Somebody's laughing in the background. They heard it. They love our podcast. But okay. So listen, and this is the thing is that it's not about politics right now. It's about fucking legit issues that apply to everyone. It doesn't apply to just rich. It doesn't apply to poor. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, fucking Hispanic. It doesn't matter anything. Now, there's people out there that are such true diehard fucking followers strictly because it's the Republican Party and the representative that's speaking for them. And that's very problematic. In this fucking, the world we live in today, we need to stop taking sides. In the situation we're in right now, who cares about what you think? This is an emergency. This is a fucking emergency, and we need to think differently. We need to be a little bit more understanding and just use common sense, for God's sake. But it's just people just cannot fucking wrap their head around that concept.
I follow you on that, but it's just like, and I agree that I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's just like Democrat, Republican, they're the fucking same. They only care
Really
about
is.
money.
It's all money. It's all money.
Some of the wealthiest people, like, in a job that shouldn't be about like wealth, they're making money. Oh, we're all dying and getting sick, but
what do you feel about the people who are straight diehard ride or die, party fucking, I'm either Democrat to the death or I'm Republican to the death. I mean, don't you see they're doing more harm than good?
Well, I think those people are poisoned, dude. I think their brains are poisoned because I think a lot of it has to do with like upbringing, because I know people like that, like growing up.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we live in Georgia, for God's sake. I mean, we're surrounded in that shit.
Like, for a lot of people, like, it's not so much politics. It's more like
identity.
Oh no. I'm a Republican. I just identify as a Republican.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, and like what Josh was saying about like tribalism, just like it is a lot of just like people being like, well, I just grew up with it. Like I don't know anything different than like voting Republican.
And that's what I was saying. Like it's part of their identity. It doesn't matter what the fuck the other side says. I'm a Republican. Yeah. I'm a Christian. I'm this, I'm that, and the third.
Yeah.
So
the problem is that the coronavirus doesn't give a fuck. Straight up.
No. Yeah. Yes, it does.
It's not only affecting Muslims or Christians or white people, like.
Well, my Republican ass goes to the beach every single day. No mask.
I don't give a fuck what this coronavirus believes in.
It's just a fucking flu, man.
Yeah.
And speaking of people that say it's just another flu, you know what we got for the flu that we don't got for COVID?
What's that?
A vaccine.
Yeah.
So it's like,
exactly.
Yeah, even if it is just another fucking flu.
Yeah.
Then we don't have anything for it. Mm-hmm. Like, so.
Yeah. I've never gotten the flu.
I've never gotten the flu either. Yeah.
Just saying. I've gotten the vaccine for every single year for like a while now, like almost 6 years.
Shit. You're just a corporate shill. Fucking.
Who do you think you are, Alan?
Are you autistic yet?
Are you with the Russians or the Chinese?
Man, I've been retarded. I don't need a vaccine to turn me into a retard.
Oh my God! So let's conclude this then, and on that note, Alan's retarded, and we're retarded. No,
he's retarded.
No, but legitimately. So let's just say, okay, because like I said before, we are the little guy, right? So let's. And it's okay to legitimately answer with, I really don't fucking know, because I mean that's probably my answer, but what is the resolution? Like what should these people be doing? What should be done for this situation to change and to better?
Listen to the fucking doctors. They're saying stay at home, wash your fucking hands, don't touch your face. Simple as that. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I didn't go to fucking med school for fucking 10 years to fucking, hey, you should do this in this time of crisis. So that's my solution. And I mean, fuck you and your goddamn park and needing to go to the Hooters. Stay the fuck in the house.
So just plain and simple, pretty much, right? Is what you're saying. Alan, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with all that, but I would add, it's just like, for some people, we gotta think that, like, there's people that are homeless, there's people that, like, have lost their jobs, have lost health insurance, there's people who, like, can't pay, their landlords, just, like, there needs to be, like, relief, like, an actual, like, stimulus package, not, like, $1,200 once, that's not enough. you know, like there needs to be like exactly what Josh Green was saying was just like stay home. We're gonna send you food instead of you going out. It's just like, or even if you don't want that, like we'll send you money. You'll get money like every month, like a stipend, or even just like unemployment, and everybody gets health care. You know.
That sounds like communism.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I want. It's communist. It's just like, yeah, because dude, it's insane, dude. Like, enough of this.
I agree. I think that the main thing personally, on top of relief and on top of listening to the doctors, I mean, it's a very simple thing, and to me personally, it's about not politicizing things and just using common sense, and just like with what both of you guys said, listen to the people who know what the fuck they're talking about, the government being the people that we look up to for these sort of things in these situations, these dire situations, they need to do their job and fucking provide for us. And then as a citizen or whatever, it's our responsibility to keep this shit from spreading and to get outside of our own fucking, pull our heads out of our asses and straight up just pay attention. If you don't agree with the scientists, if you don't agree with the politics, come up with your own conclusion and literally just, there's no other answer than we need to, prevent this, from spreading even further. It's very simple, in my opinion. But yeah, Alan, you want to end us on any notes?
I don't know how this is gonna end up. Like, it's so crazy because it's like I'm okay. Like, I don't have to worry about money really right now. Like, I'm more worried about other people and friends and just being like, I don't know.
I think that's important.
It's a tough time.
That's important, I mean, check in on your friends, check in on your loved ones and everything, and just try to get by, that's all we can do. Just focus on what matters, and check in on your loved ones, respect people, and try your hardest to just stay safe and to protect others. I don't know. That's all I got to contribute. So that's that. We're going to conclude this podcast then. We've been talking for a good while now. Hopefully we can keep this going. We need to get together and continue to do this, especially through this time. And just, let people know what we're thinking, so. Josh is dying. He's got coronavirus. So on that note, remember always that cooler heads always prevail. So yeah, do your thing and we'll see you next time.
Later, everyone.
Peace.